Hey, got a problem, Houston. One of the gas pipes broke. Shit. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. Beautiful morning. Right now, I'm going to show you everything that's happening. A lot of things, a lot of moving pieces. So I want to bring you guys close to the action so you have an idea. So we talked about the conduit, and you can see the conduit has been complete. We ran the 8-gauge wires for every outlet. Everything is in place, leaving a gap between each cable. It's all leading to the sub panel, first sub panel in place. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a rundown of what's happening. All nicely neat. Look at this. Where are those that criticize? Leave comments right now. Don't hide. Those of you that are very anal and critical, go ahead. Leave comments. Talk. Say something. Say something. Okay? You're not going to, more than likely, you probably have heard, listen to a lot of rooms, sound rooms, and none of them have this. None of them had wire laid out behind the walls like that. Okay? It's probably a shit show behind their walls. Okay? Believe me, this is going to be killer when I get done here. I have to actually pay extra to have these 8-gauge wires removed. This is what we had in the past, okay? See this? This is what we had done. Just the actual wires, no conduit. See that? So we had those removed and put inside the steel conduit. The conduit that's steel is supposed to help, again, with noise rejection, okay? It's supposed to really, really lower the noise in your AC lines, okay? And everything is separate. Everything is separate. Everything is isolated. Look, I actually told them I want to, this part right here, you see this here, how they're kind of touching? I'm going to have them put spray foam between them. So there's no like contact. Even on those things, I'm going to put spray foam in between those lines that are kind of close to each other, just because it's going to make me feel better. Probably not going to make a sonic improvement, but you see this too? Very little gap there. I'm going to have that also sprayed foam in there. Okay, so this is going to be something that you've never seen before, guys. I promise you. So let's go on the outside to show you what's going on. All right, so I'm here with my contractor, Daniel, from...
Complete Home Remodeling.
All right, so let's talk about what we got going on right now, Daniel.
Well, we're getting a new dedicated service, 400 amps straight to the lab. So we have to trench it out. Dirt's so soft that if we use a trencher, it's just going to keep on filling dirt right back in. So it's better to do it by hand.
All right, let's see.
So we're doing 3-inch conduit pipe. And then energy is going to come as soon as we get the conduit pipe laid out, glued in. They'll come in and run the new wire from the transformer. And after that, they're going to test the loads if we have enough loads. If not, they will upgrade the transformer just for this service here. We decided that this was better to have just a full new service to his breaker boxes there instead of loading with the house for various reasons. But mainly that way it's not an interrupted service. It's just dedicated to that and doesn't have to do anything with the house.
So let's walk over there to see what we're going to do the meter so people understand. All right, so the goal is for them to dig all the way here. All of this. They're going to dig it out. We're going to go right under this, right here. All right, so we're going to walk over so we can talk a little bit about the panels. Let's talk a little bit about this here, Daniel, what we got going on.
Well, we got the CH panels from All Over Electric. Everybody online saying that we're getting our stuff from Home Depot, which is not true. We're getting it for Elliot's Electric Supply. That's who my dealer is. That's who just called me now because there was a confusion. We got the CHBR panel, but we're gonna probably we can still use the same breaker, but we're gonna probably rebuild the board to have new copper bus bars that we'll find out on Monday. If not, we have to eat the cost. And since these boxes are installed already, it was just a miscommunication on both of our ends, my supplier and myself. But now we'll make it work. We're over here where the conduit pipes at is going to be the new commercial on some straps, meter box with a gutter, and 2 disconnects, service disconnects, because each room, so we wouldn't has going to have their own breaker box, 40 space, 200 amp dedicated service to each one. So we only have the outlets that are going to be for the sound system alone, instead nothing else on each panel. So every other just common 110 plug is going to be on a breaker box separate from that, so there'd be no interference in any audio. So it's just the 10 dedicated plugs that he needs for his systems.
Hey, got a problem, Houston. One of the gas pipes broke while we were digging. Shit. Whew. And I know it's a scary situation because it smells like gas everywhere here. We had a bit of a shit show yesterday, guys. Don't do what I do. I keep telling you guys, do not do what I do. It's not smart. It's very costly, but you know, it is what it is. I want to show you guys. We had a gas leak yesterday, so the gas company had to show up really late at night. And unfortunately, you know, this is what happens. You know, I have a huge front yard, and nothing is marked underground, nothing. So it's hard for anyone to know essentially where the pipes are. You know, it's really shooting darts, you know, in darkness, basically, anytime you dig underground. So I'm going to show you guys. All right, so right here. So you can see it right there. They did basically join the pipe, as you can see. So that's what happened. Now we know that occurred, but it's all due to the fact that we're trying to get power from here. So the electric company is going to feed us power right from the top. They're going to drop it right here, and then we are doing our thing, as you see, all the way there. Yep. All this is about 39 inches deep, and a lot of you guys have been asking about why am I not using a trenching tool. Well, several reasons, right? Reason number one was because they're freaking expensive, right? And I have, actually, if you see it, we did end up using a trenching tool, as you're seeing on your screen right now. But we went right there, and it's coming out the other way now, underground. I know. Anyway, going back to the question, why is it that we didn't do it? We did use it. It's just that they were charging like $3,500 to do the whole thing with a trenching tool. And so I ended up getting a better deal by doing partial manual work, getting some people to come out and do some of the work manually. And then when we got to the right here, this part where the driveway is, to get underneath and get the pipe under, we utilize the tool, that trenching tool. So pretty much right there. So you see, coming from all the way there to all the way here. And these pipes right here are going to get inserted today. So just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. But again, I'll say it again. To do what I do, number one, ain't easy, and it's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. It's not cheap at all, but we're trying to do a high caliber operation, 2 sound rooms. Why 2 sound rooms? Because it's cool. No other reason. Okay, if you want to know why am I doing 2 sound rooms, it's because I have a large space and I don't want to have a room that's the size of an 18-wheeler, basically. No. So I can split it in half and create 2 nice sound rooms with the right proportions, based on the golden ratio, and I think it's going to come out really killer. I think the rooms are going to be fantastic, and so we are in position to do something magical. And all of this that you're seeing is part of the magic, unfortunately. Yes, we have some challenges, but the workers are back here today early in the morning, trenching and continuing to dig up, as you can see. So the hardest part was to go under the concrete, but now it's straight shot all the way to where I need it to be. All right, so there you have it. I know that was an update for some of you guys that wanted to see what's going on. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.